Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Breadmower.
And this is IFXtra. So, how is everyone this week? Are you having a nice Easter? Easter this weekend? Oh, you're having a bad Easter. You got a cold.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, it is now.
Nothing too serious. Just got a bit of a cough now, but yeah, I've been feeling under the weather for a few days, and fortunately, I'm sort of past the nose constantly streaming bit. But that, just irritating, isn't it?
Have you managed to do any work this week then?
Not a great deal. I just managed to sort of just do a bit of tinkering towards the start of the week because the last few days have just been a bit meh, difficult to concentrate,
Isn't it?
my kind of state is either just picking away at stuff and managing to get little bits done, or just fully immersed and just getting loads done. And it's all about managing to settle down and get in the mood for it. And excuse me, that's been a little bit difficult. But also we've been busy with some other stuff.
Oh yeah,
last few days.
Birthday stuff.
Yes.
Goose had a birthday.
Yeah, Honky Goose Day. So we took her out for some things and hung out with her a bit. So just the amazing timing with me getting ill. But,
not much fun, is it?
Feeling better now. We got another thing that we're going out with her, and so feel all right for that now. I think
you'll be okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
Okay, right. Why don't we see who won this week's awards? Picture of the week this week goes to Heraclium for A Gift for Fanghorn. I love the colours on this one, and it reminds me of a children's book called Mr. Stickman by Julia Donaldson. Beautiful work, Heraclium.
My favourite description this week was Desperate Peacock is Unhinged by AD. Yeah, I think we've all felt like that sometimes and can identify with it. In fact, that should probably become a thing. Hashtag entering my unhinged peacock era. Nice work, AD.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Loco Louie for Saruman Thinks of Ducks. Well, he looks a bit annoyed about it and he's quite scary, but the ducks are so cute. Well done, Loco Louie. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I said, what is the most unusual or funny thing a pet has ever done? We were talking about Grumbles, who when he's hungry, or if somebody's upstairs, he goes to the door and goes, hello, hello.
Now,
he actually says hello.
Yeah, we say this to people and they think, he's basically going like meow and we're interpreting it as hello.
No.
But yeah, like his pronunciation isn't perfect, but he basically goes like meow. He sort of says like mellow, but it's kind of
like, hello.
or ero.
Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? Ero.
But yeah, when he's not sure where you are, he just sort of just goes like ero.
He'll just stand by the door. I think someone's upstairs. He stands by the door going oro.
I think he's picked up from Goose because that's what she does.
Yeah.
But I try and tape it. I try and record it. But as soon as I pull a camera out, he stops.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
To the extent of, I even had a remote camera set up in the room so I could try and record him. And I pressed it and he just seemed to instantly know and turned round and just stared at it and stopped. So I don't know if it clicked or something.
We'll get it one day. We'll get it one day. Yeah. Anyway, Beth says, the funniest thing my dog Joy ever did was steal a semla, those Swedish pastries you eat on Fettestagen. When my uncles were visiting us, we couldn't stop laughing. Another time he barked at my aunt when she picked up my baby sister, like he was trying to protect her from a stranger. He was basically like, hey, put my baby down. We all just cracked up.
Yeah, animals get quite protective of kids, don't they?
Especially little ones, they do. Yeah, that's cute.
When I was born, my parents had two cats who, if I was asleep, they'd want to sort of be near me and they'd kind of guard me and things. But then as soon as I woke up, they'd be like, nope, because I was just storming around all over the place. But yeah, they used to sort of, keep an eye on me when I was asleep. Mary Cricket says, my cat Bear loves wheelbarrow rides. Now, I was very confused when I first read that because the immediate thing that came to mind is that thing that kids do in the playground.
Oh, so you
where,
hold
like,
the legs.
Like they sort of walk along on the ground on their hands and the other one holds their legs up. I don't know if that's a thing outside the UK, but yeah, a wheelbarrow ride, you'd call that. And I was like, wow, that's really weird. And then I read, and after I dump the feed to the cows, he will jump in and ride back to the feed room. Okay, he likes to ride in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
On the
yes.
farm, yeah, on the farm.
Okay.
Look, Canucks and my old cat Otto knew I was nervous when people came up our driveway. So whenever the oil delivery truck showed up, he would run to the window and stand with his paws on the sill and glaring at them and growling. Yeah, protecting his human, isn't he?
That's
yeah.
Grumble's a bit like that. In that if he sees anything going on outside, he sort of sorry, I think my phone's ringing or something.
Who is it?
Just, suspected spam caller.
Oh,
wow,
nice.
there we go. He like he'll be up against the window sort of, because he's got a dodgy eye, so I think his depth perception's a bit off. So if he's ever trying to kind of like focus on something a distance away, he sort of constantly kind of bobs his head trying to sort of work out the parallax. But also when before they had to become indoor cats and they could come out with us, if I ever went out to put the bin out, wheelie bins, so let's chuck all of our stuff in that, and then we've got to wheel it down to the street on a Tuesday night, he'd always come with me to supervise. So he'd sort of like follow me out of the yard, down the little alley, check that I'd put it out, and then wait for me to come back, and he'd just sort of watch. Yeah. So he doesn't get to come out with me now, but he just watch me out the window.
Oh, he does, yeah. He keeps an eye on you. He does, yeah.
And Nettie said, I had a cat named Slash, rest in peace, my beautiful little rock star.
Cool name.
who went crazy for pickles and green olives. Yeah. He would get into what I call pickle madness, amazing, and try to steal everyone's pickles off their plates, or if it was green olives, he'd swipe them, then hold them in his mouth and run off. I always assumed he ate them until I found dry, shriveled green onions under the couch, green olives under the couch. He'd even cry like a baby and try and act cute just for a taste or even a lick of pickle.
Well, he must have liked something about them.
He had many odd and funny quirks. Been 15 years since he's gone, but I still think about him every day. It always made me laugh.
That's so cute, isn't it?
These nice memories.
They always stay with you, don't they?
Yeah.
They do. Oh, that's so nice.
It's a bit. Grumble is a bit. I mean, I call him the food inspector because whenever we're having food, he'll always sit next to you and watch it. Yeah. It's pretty much always you. He doesn't really do it with me.
No.
And then he'll sort of ask for bits. So if we're making a sandwich or whatever, we had bagels with cream cheese and smoked salmon the other day, and he's there and he's like, "Can I have some salmon?" I'm like, Grumble, you always ask for salmon. You don't like it because you never eat it. Oh, no, I changed my mind. I like it now. Can I have a bit? If I give you some, will you eat it? Yes, I'll eat it. You give him a bit and he's like,
what's that?
No, I don't like that.
Not fussed.
Although, because we go through this big thing of me saying, but you don't like it. You always ask for some and then you don't eat it. And he's like, yeah, I will eat it. And so last time he did actually eat a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
We talk about Grumble a lot, but Dave as well sings to his water before he drinks it. And he also drinks from the wrong side of the bowl.
Yeah.
So like he kind of, if that's the bowl, he sort of sticks his head over it and then licks that
licks
side.
the very far edge.
But also
gets his chin wet.
He likes to have his neck at 90 degrees when he does it. So he'll sort of come up to, if that's the bowl, he kind of comes up to it and then drinks like that. But like I say, he has to sort of sing to it a bit first.
Yeah, he does.
I've got no idea what that is.
No. But,
I talked to the vet about Dave once, and they were like, maybe he's just eccentric. Maybe he's just weird. That happens sometimes. I'm like, okay, yeah, that would explain it all.
Cool.
Anyway.
Okay, now we're going to see what we're talking about this week in the forums. What is your favourite game or quiz show? I used to enjoy Jeopardy when I lived in the USA, and now it's made its way to the UK, hosted by Stephen Fry. That's quite good. I also loved Catchphrase because that's the first one I ever went on. How about you?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's a pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night we don't have a quiz. No Zeitgeist because it's Easter Sunday. And you'll be having fun with family and friends.
Yeah. So it was the end of season break last week,
Yeah.
but we said, oh well, we'll have this week off as well, Easter, because then people have got plans and things. So yeah, not only do we not have last week's scores to is that right? Yeah. Not only do we not have last week's scores to talk about, we also don't have this week's featured artists.
That's right.
Because there are no featured artists.
Can't tell you anything. But we are back on the 27th of April with a whole new season.
So that's a week tomorrow. Yeah.
So look out for that.
I mean, it's probably just as well, because otherwise you'd have to listen to me coughing every few minutes. And
you don't want that.
I'm sure it's very annoying. You did get me some amazing, what is it, like Benadryl or whatever? Benylin
cough syrup. So hopefully that will help a bit.
Raspberry flavour or something. It's very nice. What's Benadryl? Is that a thing?
Don't know about it's some kind of drug, but yeah, Benylin is the cough mixture.
Now I've got an image of a mandrill drinking some Benylin. Oh, Benadryl's the hay fever one, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
So that's all the news for now. Just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play on the web app, playinterference.com, or search for Interference in the App Store on your device and download the app. You can also join the chat with us over on Discord, playinterference.com/Discord. Where there's all kinds of chat about all kinds of nonsense. And it's all good. Yeah, it's fun. And if you'd like to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building the new version of the website, got to do some new apps after that, want to do some new quiz software and all this kind of stuff that we want to do for you, we're on Patreon, patreon.com/interference. And you'll become a supporter on Interference, so you get access to cool things like replays, you get some extra game modes, all kind of stuff like that. And if you're a quiz player, you get a custom entrance shout out from Ava.
Wow, that's definitely worth having. Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next Saturday.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.